Apparently, it's taken 6 months, but Atlus has finally remembered that it's the Persona 30th anniversary, because on top of the game announcements earlier in June, we also now have the announcement of a TV show in the works at Netflix. Yeah, I don't have that much faith in this, which I will explain why in a moment, so let's just talk about this news, because it's weird and came out of nowhere. Now, mind you, I really don't know why this got announced, or really where it came from. The announcement kind of just showed up on Variety and has been cited elsewhere, and I don't know really how or why this happened or got announced, but we're here. To be fully honest, Persona is not new to TV adaptations. Hell, it's not even new to live-action adaptations. Both of those have already happened, and it's a mixed bag of quality throughout Persona's non-game entries. And while I haven't seen every single one of these adaptations, I've seen bits and pieces from some and watched others fully. And yeah, I think I can agree with the general sentiment from what I've seen, at the very least, in terms of animation quality. But what does that have to do with a Netflix remake, / new story, / yeah, by the way, that's also not clear. And it very well could be a retelling of an existing Persona game. Which one is completely unknown. It could be any of them. Hell, it could even accidentally just be the story of Persona 6 and come out before we ever actually hear about Persona 6's story. It very well could also be a new story in the universe / setting of Persona, or even one sharing a cast with one of the pre-existing games. That's also something that has happened before. For example, Persona Mementos Mission is a spin-off of Persona 5, and it is 3 manga issues that are a great read, and it expands on things and has some interesting new ideas. I could very well see this doing that for any of the numbered entries in the series. But without even a plot synopsis, I don't really have much that I can kind of infer or suggest or discuss regarding what the series could be about. But I sure as hell can express why I am very, very worried. Because on top of Persona's already mixed bag of consistency when it comes to TV adaptations, you then add Netflix into the mix, which is even worse. Because on top of having a shaky, at best, output of adaptations, they also can't handle their own shows. And look, I haven't seen any of the examples I just used, and I haven't seen the next couple examples I will mention from Netflix adaptations, but I have heard what other people think of them and seen some clips or examples, and they don't exactly leave me wanting or trusting Netflix to do a good job with Persona, a series I deeply care about. Genuinely, while I haven't seen the live-action Avatar, it doesn't look good from what I have seen, and my takeaway from any clip I have seen of this, even from just the first season alone, was, yeah, if I wanted to rewatch Avatar: The Last Airbender, I just rewatched the original show. There's no need for this. And Netflix had so little faith in their adaptation of Kaguraguri, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, I haven't seen the original, or the adaptation, that they completely changed its name. And apparently heavily altered characters, names, or scenes and stuff in the show. I can't fully remember what people said, but from what I heard, it was a absolutely horrible adaptation. Genuinely, one of the only Netflix live-action adaptations, And I don't even just mean within this general space. I mean, period, of like any show or movie or book I have heard good things about is the One Piece live action remake. And that's saying something if it's one out of dozens. Top that off with the fact the showrunner is a guy I have never heard of, and when looking him up on IMDb, have not heard of any of these shows he has worked on previously. So that's really reassuring. The only two projects that I have heard of that this man has worked on are the two that aren't out yet. This one that I am making a video on right now, and Vision Quest, which I am excited for, and hopefully will be good, and hopefully will increase my faith in this Persona TV show. But I cannot judge someone's work that I haven't even heard of before earlier today. Again, maybe the stuff he's made is fantastic, but it's just worrying that it's someone who hasn't worked on anything in the space that is now working on an IP I absolutely adore and means a ton to me. Genuinely, I really, really hope that this Persona TV show is being made with the love and care it deserves and isn't just being pumped out for money. But it's really hard to say with what little we know and the track record of especially Netflix. But those are just my thoughts. Hopefully we'll hear more on it eventually, and when we do, it will look promising. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!